It's the Flex Zone Podcast, episode 414, giving you more, only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. Another action-packed show as we're talking about the NFL trade deadline. One of the Flex Zone's own was in Arizona for the Ravens game. We're going to recap his trip and talk about the game. The rest of the crew will give their input as well, and we'll drive down 95 to stop in the Commander's corner. One of their owners became a billionaire, but the team played like Monopoly money. Got those game ball, not so game balls, goofies of the week and week 9. That's right, week 9 picks. And we're going to preview that WWE Premium Live event, Crown Jewel, this Saturday afternoon. Of course, we'll be live for that. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell, vote on our poll. Let us know the best team in the AFC. And of course, you can always donate via the Cash App. Episode 414 coming your way right after this. More spooky than that Halloween candy and those trick-or-treaters that'll be at your door tomorrow. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, fellas. Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Episode 414, giving you more hottest sports podcast in all the universe. Throw your ones up and acknowledge the head of the sports podcast table. TheFlexZone1@gmail.com. Reach out to us, guest ideas, want to be part of the show. Hit us on that Twitter, Instagram at the FlexZone1 and TikTok, the Flex Zone Podcast. You can donate via Cash App, the FlexZone1. Make sure you get that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and vote on our poll. Let us know the best team in the AFC, as the top 4 teams all are 6-2. We're doing those week 9 picks, recapping week 8, talking about Monday Night Football. Looking ahead to the WWE Crown Jewel Premium Live event. We got to talk about those Commanders. We got to talk about those Ravens. And of course, our boy Big Rod was in Arizona. That and so much more. That and leadoff. It is the man who's just fresh off the jet because he touched down like the Ravens did yesterday. It is the one, the only, the official social media producer. He's not jet lagged. He's just getting started because he's going to tell him.
Finish him, Daddy. Finish him, Daddy.
No bread, no water, just meat.
Yeah, that's what I ate a lot this weekend. I ate a lot of meat this weekend. It was delicious. That trip was fantastic.
I'm clipping that. I'm clipping that.
Yeah, clip it. It was great. I'm on cloud 9, like palm trees, nice weather, nice women. Oh man, it was beautiful, bro. As you can see, I was still smiling from it. It was great, and the game was okay, but it was a great weekend. It really was.
We're going to get a recount of your trip momentarily, but next on the list is the Commandalorian, the captain of the Goofy ship, the man who's working the phones for the trade deadline, trying to find the best move to save his team's season. He's got the prayer hands up.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders.
Cavante, how you feeling today, brother?
Y'all do this all the time, every week. It ain't gonna stop, is it? Huh?
No, it's not.
I just got confirmation from what I've been saying all year. We need to sell. We need to be sellers. Byron, I don't know what you heard. I'm not trying to salvage this season. I've been not trying to salvage this season, and yet still they want to get a win here and there and mess it all up. We're 3-5, and we need to be sellers. Montez Sweat and Chase Young, they both can go at this point. giving up 30 goddamn points a game. The hell? Listen, it's time for some changes, and I've been preaching them for the past couple weeks, but I'll get into it a little bit later. But no, season's over, Byron.
Next man's a man of 1,000 nicknames, the tribal chief, the flex zone messiah, the ball so hard university dean himself, Mr. 25-8 more meaning than a vaccine, the phenomenal one, the A-lister, the man who tells him to take a ride on Space Mountain. My boy, my brother, proud of Eastside savior, misbehavior, Mr. Morgan State University, the super producer himself, Drizzy J.
Hey, man. Appreciate that wonderful introduction as always, man. And it's always a blessing to be amongst brothers. And my boy got to experience that West Coast, man. So happy for Big Unc, man.
Well, let's get straight.
Look at that smile, baby.
Let's get straight to it. Let's talk about the trip while we're here. Raj, how was your trip, man? For those who don't know, let them know what you experienced this weekend with the lovely people of Be More Around Town.
Hey, man, I just want to say, Be More Around Town, Tony Pena, Brian Snyder, man, y'all have a great product, man. Great. It was amazing. It really was. And it was all inclusive. All you had to do was just pay for the trip, go on the website, Be More Around Town. They have trips to all the away games for every Ravens game. And we just decided to take the Arizona trip. And when I tell you it was a great time, it really was, man. From when we jumped off the plane and got into the nice DoubleTree Hilton Hotel out there in Scottsdale, man, the drinks was flowing like almost every single day, man. The food was fantastic. The people were really, really nice. The Arizona Cardinals fans were really nice as well. And they of course their team is not as good as our team is this year, but they were still really nice people. And I just had a ball, man. I really did. And I got to see how, of course, the State Farm Arena, with the roof, but they didn't track the roof this time, but it's still a really nice arena. I got to spend time with a lot of people from Mervo that I know. My man Rashawn was there. Rashawn, they'll be on 105.7. He was there. He had a good time with him. I seen my man Frankie from Mervo. Had a good time with him as well. Haven't seen him in years. But man, it was a great time, man. And like I said, I got to meet Chris McAllister and Jonathan Ogden. Got to meet Todd Heap. He was a really nice guy. They were all nice guys. They hang with us almost the whole time. Seen T Sizzle. He was at the game. He was in the parking lot talking to some fans. Yeah, it's just so much I can get into and talk about. I just got to say this. If you have not ever been to an away game before, a Ravens away game, and I know how people, how you watch it on TV when you see all the Ravens fans at the away games, it is exactly just like that. They come and they take over their stadium. We took over the State Farm Arena out there in Arizona. I mean, it was like, I guess I want to say about 400 to 500 Ravens fans that came through on the weekend, and we tore it down, bro. We had a ball, and the tailgate that we had like yesterday, like it was amazing. It really was. So shout out to Be More Around Town. Shout out to all the Ravens fans that travel. I'm going to be doing this a lot more often to go to away games. I will be going with Be More Around Town again. They were very, very great. They exactly know how to party. Let's just say that they know exactly how to party. So it was an amazing trip, man. My first ever away game. It won't be my last, and I'm still getting used to being back on the East Coast time because we was 3 hours behind in Arizona, but I'm back to 10:55 now. I'm back to the East Coast time, so that's all I gotta say, man. It was an amazing trip. I had a great time, and I met a lot of great people. So if you, like I said before, if you've never been on, if you've never been to an away game, go to one. It's an amazing experience. It really is, especially if you go with the right people, and if you go with Be More Around Town.
Well said, Roger. Well said. Let's get to the trade deadline before we get to the games. Devontae, I want to start with you and your team because you said it earlier. Your team should be sellers. There are rumors of Montez Sweat, Chase Young, even Jonathan Allen potentially, who are all free agents at the end of the season, could be dealt. We saw earlier Leonard Williams was the first domino to fall. He goes to Seattle, who ironically plays Baltimore this week. We know what he can do rushing the passer. Seattle already has a good defense. How are you feeling about this trade deadline? Do you see any big moves happening? Who do you want to see your team possibly do business with? And what type of compensation are you looking for?
So Jonathan Allen is he's still under contract, but Chase Young and Montez Sweat are not, and we've been talking about that since the end of last year. Um, I'm big on selling right now because this team is lackluster, mediocre, below average. Any of those synonyms you want to put with it. Team is not good. So I don't think there's no point in trying to salvage what's not good. Let's just start this rebuild process a little bit early. Um, to be honest, I think Montez Sweat and Chase Young can both go. They both have been this year, and this defense giving up 30 points. And there's no reason why we should pay neither one of them right now, to be honest with you. So I'm for trading either one, but I'm hearing that there is an offer out there for Montez Sweat. Had not disclosed the details. A couple like GMs have said like Montez Sweat probably has a little bit more value right now because Chase Young and his durability. But Chase Young is younger. So, it depends on what you're looking for. Um, I am, like I said, I'm all for selling. Jonathan Allen, I much rather keep him. He's a leader in the locker room. I like his leadership abilities going into the future. Um, but for sure, Chase Young, Montez Sweat, either one of them can go. Um, One thing I am happy about, our offensive line looks legit better, and it only took 8 weeks. Nick Gates was terrible. My gosh, and we were averaging averaging giving up 5 sacks a game, easy. Five, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. You understand me? And we gave up just one late in the game, and we know how vaunted that Eagles defensive line can be. So, um, that is a great shift. You saw what Sam Howell can do behind a at least decent offensive line. He had 397 yards, 4 touchdowns. That Sam, we could get that Sam Howell consistently if our offensive line is better. But it ain't gonna matter if our defense giving up 30 plus, no matter what. Chase for a fourth. Nah, I need a third, bro. I would like a third. I would like a third. But we'll see. Maybe a fourth, and then maybe a pick in the for the following year, maybe. But I would like a third personally. Um, Man, what other questions you had, Byron?
Just the Leonard Williams trade, and do you predict any trades? We heard some rumblings about Derrick Henry. Any others could be traded. Looks like Daniil Hunter's going to stay. Any predictions or any thoughts on the Leonard Williams trade?
Uh, we need to be doing that. What the Giants are doing, we need to be doing that. But they got a second and a
A
fourth.
second in 2024 and a fifth in
With
2025, I believe.
we need to be doing that because we need to be looking towards the future, and we need to gather up as many picks as we can. This is a new regime. They want to do things their way. You need picks for that. So I'm all for it because the Giants already hit. This ain't the season. It is what it is, and you need to gather up picks, and y'all need to they need to at least try to revamp that Daniel Jones contract because y'all stupid for doing it anyway. But you need some picks. If you're stuck with him, you need picks to build around him. I don't mind building around Sam Howell. I've seen enough flashes of what it could be. So if we could flip Chase Young and or Montez Sweat for some picks, I'm all for it. And at this point, it's only paid about a handful of people who are not expendable. I'm listening. I'm listening for trades for just about everybody.
Dre, you want to talk about the trade deadline? You've been adamant about getting Saquon and maybe Derrick Henry. Looks like the Derrick Henry deal possibly fell through. We got Asmodeus in the chat talking about Daniil Hunter, even though they said they're not trading him, but Kirk Cousins hurt now. Do you want to see the Ravens do anything? Do they need to do anything?
I mean, it can never hurt to get any better, but I mean, two of the running backs I pushed for, like Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, don't seem to be getting traded. Derrick Henry would be more feasible this season, being that we're strapped for cap room, and Saquon would have cost a lot of money. But also Chase Young, I think that on a rest of the year rental. I think that would help, because I still say that we could use a pass rusher. We're getting pressure, but the Ravens aren't just hitting it home. I would like that a little better, but it can never hurt to improve the team. But if the Ravens didn't make any moves, let's say, I'm not mad at them compared to like the Orioles. During the offseason. So, I mean, I'm sorry, during the trade deadline. So, we'll have to see, but hopefully they make some type of move. Last year, the Roquan Smith trade, and that propelled our defense. So, like I said, it can never hurt to make some adjustments and improve, as always.
Real quick, Avante, even McLaurin. There was a question.
No,
Even Terry, scary Terry.
nope.
No.
He's on the handful of guys we're not touching him. He's
Raj,
good, and a young quarterback needs a go-to guy.
So scary Terry looks like he will stay. Raj, any thoughts for the Ravens? I mean, we see, like I said, Daniil Hunter. We saw about Derrick Henry. Um, I don't know who else is really out there that I would give up for. The Ravens only have $2 million in cap space, by the way.
Yeah, then I seen the Titans. They're not going to give us Derrick Henry. I really don't care for Derrick Henry. Personally, I know a lot of people do, but I think we're fine with Gus and Jake, and I was going to take JK, Justice Hill, and Keaton Mitchell. I think we're fine with those three. As far as Daniil Hunter, I would love to have him. If he's available tomorrow before the trade deadline, please go get him if you can. But if you can't, then that's fine as well. I think this team right now is, I mean, if they don't get anybody at the trade deadline, I think that'll be okay. I think they still can sign, what's his name, Sue. I think he's out there. I think they were talking to him, Ndamukong Suh. So he might be a Raven by the end of the week, if the number is right. So we shall see about that. But I'm not trying to give away a second or third round pick for just a guy that's just a rental. I'm not doing it. I mean, if they're going to sign here for a couple years, then that's cool. But if not, then they can keep it moving. But we know what the Ravens do with the trade deadline. They've gotten some big name players, Roquan Smith being one that's currently on the team now, Marcus Peters being another guy that we got. I think we also got what's his name? The pass rusher. What's his name, Byron?
Oh, Yannick Ngakoue.
Ngakoue, right. We got him. He was a rental. It didn't really work out as it should have, but I mean, we get good people at the trade deadline. So we shall see what Eric DeCosta is going to do. I'm pretty sure he's going to try to get somebody, if not just Sue. But if you don't, then that's fine as well. Last night, try to go all out and give away all the draft picks, just for a rental. Let's stay the course. But like I said, if you can get somebody for one of those DaCosta deals, if you know what I mean, go out there and do it. But if you can't, stay pat.
Let us know how you feel about the trade deadline. Who gets moved? What do you think about the Leonard Williams trade? And more trade deadline 4 p.m. tomorrow. Dre, I'm gonna go ahead, Dre. I'm gonna go to you. Go ahead.
Josh Jacobs. I do think Josh Jacobs. I don't think he'll be a Raider long term.
No, he won't.
And Saquon should not be a Giant long term.
and that's why I'm saying, like, I kind of disagree with Uncle on that. I think that Um, Look, go all in. Super Bowls don't, come every day. I mean, look at the Rams. The Rams went all in. Granted, they're on a rebuild, but hey, at the end of the day, they got their Super Bowl championship. And sometimes you can use that guy. Look at the 49ers before Brock Purdy got hurt in an NFC championship game. So sometimes you can get a guy that's just gonna like, propel you and take you over. Like I said, I mean, it would be great if we could get somebody like a Derrick Henry or Saquon to help booster the offense some more, or a guy that's actually going to be able to get to the quarterback as a pass rusher. So I don't mind a guy that may be on a rental for just a little bit of time if it guarantees us a Super Bowl championship, because that's all you need. Sometimes you just need a guy to help you out with those, to make that big splash to get you over the hump. And like you said, we have a history of doing well with these trades.
Well, let's
Right.
get to the game. Go ahead,
I'm
Raj.
just I'm just saying don't give up a second round pick. Or well,
So
if you
nothing
want to
more
give
than
up,
a
if you
fourth.
want to give up a
Nothing
third
more than a
round pick,
fourth.
yeah. If you can give up a third, then that's fine. But a second or first round pick for a rental, no.
Well, let's get to the game yesterday that you were at, Raj. I'll start with Drake as he joined us graciously on the post game yesterday. Ravens win 31-24, improved to 6-2 tie with the Jaguars, Chiefs, and Dolphins for the top record in the AFC. Dre, how you feeling after this win? It wasn't anything impressive like the win against Detroit, but they handled their business. A win is a win, and they got it done.
Hey, but though I knew entering this game that it wasn't going to be easy, because Arizona has been a competitive team. They're like what the Lions are now. That kind of reminds me of Arizona, a team that's going to compete. They're going to be up and coming, but it's going to take some time. Uh, and who knows, if Kyler Murray is in that game yesterday, they may do better. But I knew defensive wise they would go right there with us. I knew that they would be able to run the football, which they they were able to run somewhat. So offensively, I knew that. I mean, just the whole team. I knew that this wasn't going to be an easy win, but I figured we would win. And you could see that the Ravens started pulling away a little bit, but typical Ravens, we kind of let them start lingering around instead of putting our foot on the gas again. Um, there were a lot of frustrating parts, especially if the opening series, because both teams scored early and then they weren't able to score. Then the Ravens just seemed to break it away, and then we like I said, we did our thing where we just kind of let our foot off the gas, and instead of putting them away, I felt like we let them sit there and linger. So that's one take that I wasn't really happy about from yesterday's game. But overall, I'm always happy with a W.
Go ahead, Raj. You were inside the stadium. How was the vibe? How was the game overall? What are your thoughts?
The game was sloppy for the offense. After the first drive, of course, we were lackluster. The defense had to bail us out. We were like, we were the crowd was the Ravens crowd was like just like this for a little bit, and then of course Brandon Stevens gets a pick. We explode with grit, and then Geno Stone gets another pick. We score again. So I mean, it was just one of those games where it was like, what's about to happen? Are we about to be in a close game? Are we about to give this away or what? Especially when the Arizona Cardinals score on the first drive. I mean, it let the air out of the stadium. Well, for the Ravens fans, it let the air out of the stadium, because it's like you give up a touchdown. We didn't give up a touchdown last week at all. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gave up one, but it was at the end. But it just was like, are we about to have a reverse? But it was just one of those awkward games where the offense was really clunky. Not sure what Lamar was trying to do with the football at times. The screen passes, I mean, the screen passes, I'm really sick of them at this point. They don't really work for this team unless the blocks are right, and Odell is not blocking anybody. He ain't blocking people right, and we are no Bateman. He had his ups and downs as well, but all in all, man, I mean, like Dre said, I'm happy for the win. I am. I'm really happy for the win. I'm glad we went up there. We went in there and got a win. Although I wish the offense was a little bit more consistent as far as drives and not relying on the defense as much as they did yesterday. But a win is a win, man. That's all you can really ask for. Like I said, the vibe of the stadium was good energy all the way through, even when Tucker missed the field goal, and even when they came back at the end, uh, to make it a closer game than what it was. It was a good vibe. The atmosphere was great. The people were cool, especially the Arizona fans. Like I said before, they were really nice people. They really wasn't trying to start no trouble with the Ravens fans. They just cheered for their team, and they were awesome. So, but yeah, the Ravens they still got a lot to work on. Hopefully they gave out the vanilla plan. Maybe this they gave out the vanilla plan. Maybe the real plan is for the Seahawks next week. They didn't want to show too much. They wanted to make sure they just got by, I guess, with a basic game plan this week. But hopefully Todd Monken brings his A game next week, like I said. But also another thing that concerns me, Justin Tucker missed a field goal and there was no wind. There was nothing. And I'm like, is this brother not the same guy anymore? Or is he starting to lose his leg strength? Or what is going on? I'm not understanding this. I seen in the Colts game him miss a field goal. I watched him at a practice, open practice. He missed a I think a 50-yard field goal. So, and I think he's 1-4 from 50 yards this year as well. So, I don't know, man. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from him. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he'll get it together, hopefully. But yeah, man, at a closed stadium, you missing those type of field goals, man. Um, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm just a little bit, not fully concerned yet, but I'm a little bit concerned. But yeah, that's my take.
Javante, any thoughts before we get to your Commanders?
If it ain't tight, it ain't right, man. That's how the Ravens. That's typically how the Ravens get down. Except for last week. Last week it was like, hey, from the word go. But with games like that, you just want to escape with a win. Because what you don't want to happen, this is natural, especially in the NFL. When you destroy a team one week, it's only natural to let down the following week. And for you guys to still escape Arizona with the win. And I'm sure I didn't watch the game, but I'm sure the score was probably closer than what the game actually was. But
yeah, 31. Yeah, it was the end of it was 31-24, but in the fourth quarter it was like 31-15.
Right. So it was really, really out of reach. But
right,
getting a win by any means necessary after a blowout win is how you want to do it. Now, Justin Tucker is missing a little bit more than usual. He not looking like the same old late in game Justin Tucker that we're used to seeing. Now, hopefully, he just hitting a rough patch, and he'll pick things up as the year goes on. But man, I'm concerned because that is, like you said, it was a fine day, closed stadium. Usually he gets you 65 yards, in a closed stadium. But that's concerning because we're getting into the cold months. That ball's gonna be a little bit harder to kick, and it's gonna be out. Y'all have a lot of games outside. I think all the divisional games are outside, so
mm-hmm.
that is going to be concerning. And of course, the Chiefs are probably going to be, not probably are going to be in the playoffs, and that's going to be a difficult place to play as well. So hopefully, it's a rush back. We'll probably circle back in a couple weeks and be like, "Hey, Justin Tucker, it was just a rough patch," or will it continue? But we'll see. The point is that you usually wins after blowouts are not pretty the next week. So just get a win, move on.
Let us get to the Commanders. Cavante sent you on the screen. Lose 38-31, fall to 3-5, 0-3 in the NFC East. I think AJ Brown is still wide open, by the way. Still catching and mossing it over people. That boy was just bullying everybody. And would you believe your dog even had a touchdown? How apropos. Julio Jones got in the ranks, got on the stat sheet. Sam Howell did throw for over 400 yards. We saw some big plays from Scary Terry. Jahan Dotson had a good game. Brian Robinson, another touchdown. But defensively, Cavante giving up consistent leads. But Joey Sly, your kicker, did look good. I saw him make that 61-yarder even after that goofy penalty. So you might have a kicker, which is a good thing. A lot to tackle here, but I'm going to give you the floor, my brother.
I said it before. The offensive line. The changes to the interior of the offensive line looks like they are working. Get Nick Gates, bum as the you know what out of there. Nick Gates, we got him from the Giants. Gave him this little contract. He's not it. Absolutely not it. We replaced him with Tyler Larson. Put Chris Paul in there. I ain't talking about CP3, but we got a guy named Chris Paul that play left guard. He's from Tulsa. He was a late round pick. I want to say maybe last year, and he looks like the best lineman we got. And it's like, yo, why has he been inactive for like the first 7 weeks? He's playing left guard. Tyler Larson is playing center, and Sam Cosmi is playing right guard. It looks like well, again, it's only been 1 week, but it is the Eagles, and we know how well that Eagles defensive line is up front. But we only get 1 sack, and that was late in the game. So after averaging 5 sacks to giving up 1, it looks like things are turning around the offensive line. And I just want to say, Andrew Wiley might be our worst offensive lineman. Yes, the guy that came from the Chiefs. He might be our worst offensive lineman. Chris Paul looks like our best offensive lineman. Tyler Larson looks like a formidable starting center. And now Sam Howell won't be on his back or running for his life most of the game, which is great. I want to look at Byron. If you could look it up, we got to be. I think we're averaging 30 plus points a game, and I think that's not being. I don't think I'm putting too much on it. 30 plus a game. Secondary, not great. Oh snap. Shit.
Oh, look like he got kicked out.
Oh, we'll wait for Cavante to come back. But speaking of his Commanders, it's like they average 21.4 and they're giving up 28.5, according to my ESPN app. We'll wait for Cavante to come back. But we did see, looks like the Lions did defeat the Raiders. Here comes Cavante now. There he is.
Yo, my apologies, brothers.
All good.
Where'd I leave off at?
The Commanders are averaging, looks like 21, but giving up 28. 21.5, giving up 28.
Crazy. Secondary has been atrocious. Emmanuel Forbes looks like he's not ready. He looks like he's too small. So he's going through his rookie woes. Kendall Fuller, a little long in the tooth. I don't know how much longer he'll be around. Cam Curl. I would like to keep Cam Curl, but he is a free agent coming up. I like Benjamin St. Juice, but the guys that they're not playing as a cohesive unit, and it shows with AJ Brown going bananas on us yet again of those He just broke the record for having 6 straight games of 125 receiving yards plus. 2 of them was against us. So he has his way with our defense, which is not great. And that so-called great D line we have is overrated, which is why half of them can go. And of course our linebacking core is not much to mention. So I'm cool with it. So I'm cool with it. Not necessarily a fire sale, but almost anybody can go. It's only really Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Scary Terry, um, Sam Howard, a couple other weapons, but outside of them, everybody else can go. Everybody else, I would entertain a phone conversation with. It seems like we always play the Eagles tough. No matter how good the Eagles look, no matter how bad we look, we always play the Eagles tough. And for the life of me, I don't understand because we only put up 7 points against the Giants. Like, this is mind-boggling to me that we have a 14-7 loss to the Giants and then turn around and playing the Eagles twice this month. We put up 31. We put up 31 points both times. But unfortunately, we gave 34 and 38 in both L's. But for us to come out like that against the Giants is absurd. But I think if this offensive line goes into the Meadowlands again, I think we will beat the Giants. But we get another crack at the Giants at the end of the year. Well, towards the end of the year. So I do think things will be different when we play the Giants. But we always play the Eagles tough. The tush push, one stop. We got one stop on the tush push. And we forced a fumble on the goal line, so that was great to see. But it's crazy. It's mind-boggling to me because I see the potential. I see the potential in this team, but we have games like the Bears. We have games like the Giants, and it's like, bro, I see the potential, but then y'all play like this the week before or the week after, and so what are we supposed to do? So I've just come to the conclusion that we just don't have the talent across the board. We do not have the talent to legit compete week in and week out. And since we don't, let's get rid of some guys who have expiring contracts. Look to get rid of some guys that have a year left or no years left. Maybe restructure some expensive guys or trade some expensive guys. Just about everything's on the table for this new regime because listen, they're not married to anybody on this team. And trust me, Magic Johnson has shown his displeasure on X, Twitter, or whatever. And I'm cool with it because Magic Johnson is not used to losing. So hopefully he comes with that that bring that winning culture to this organization. But you finally get the offensive line together, things will start to look better. Once the offensive line is better, your offense will look better, and therefore your team will look better. Sam Howell looked great. This might have been Sam Howell's best game of the season, or of his career. Sorry, because his career hasn't been that long. I think this might have been the best game of his career. And with that offensive line, we'll see how it is moving forward. But I like Sam Howell moving forward.
Real quick, speaking of Magic Johnson, Raj broke the news yesterday on the postgame show. He's officially a billionaire, Cavante. How you feel about that?
Whoa, money, money, money. Monday, come on now. I hope it equates to wins somehow, some way for my team. But congratulations to that brother. Well deserved. I've been going to his theater since I was a youngin in the DMV area, and he's doing it. He's a legit business man since his days from being of the Showtime Lakers to his after basketball endeavors, him trying his hand with being an executive. He has a businesses all over the place. We have some color and ownership. these are all great things from this black brother, and I love to see the growth and the improvement, and hopefully some of that could rub off on my organization.
Rod, your boy Magic's a billionaire. How you feel about that?
I feel good about it, man. It's nice to see Magic Johnson is but one, he's still around and he's still finding ways to get more and more money. You know, he owns a part of the Dodgers, owns a part of the Commanders now. You know, probably still has a little stay or stake in the Lakers. I'm pretty sure.
He owns some in the Sparks.
Owns some of the Sparks as well. Magic Johnson Theaters, Magic Johnson Enterprises. His oldest son Andre, I think, runs his business for him or helps run his business with him. And of course, you know, EJ is a fashion mogul at this point. So Magic got a lot going on, man. He's definitely done it the right way. And he's put a lot of people of color in the right places as well. So I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that he's still, like I said, he's still here, and he's still setting the bar higher and higher as a black man.
Yes, he also has a stake, I believe they said, in 24-hour fitness and Burger King. So some of his investment endeavors as well. Let's go through the scores of the week, and then we'll get to game ball and not so game ball. Crazy to think that we're heading into week 9, but it got started on Thursday. We saw the Bills beat the Buccaneers 24-18. As I mentioned, Ravens beat the Cardinals 31-24. Dolphins take out the Patriots 31-17. Jets, Giants in overtime 13-10. Jaguars win fifth in a row 20-10 over the Steelers. Will Levis and the Titans, D-Hop 100 yards. Derrick Henry 100 yards. Desmond Ritter benched. Win over the Falcons 28-23. Bryce Young and the Panthers get their first win as I predicted 15-13 over Stroud and the Texans. Cowboys beat the hell out the Rams 43-20. Vikings win but lose Kirk Cousins 24-10. In Lambeau, Saints beat the Colts 38-27. Eagles beat the Commanders 38-31. Seahawks beat the Browns on the last second touchdown 24-20. Broncos in their 16-game losing streak to the Chiefs 24-9. Patrick Mahomes, no touchdowns. Bengals beat the 49ers 31-17, and Chargers beat the Bears 30-13 on Sunday night. And just one final, Lions beat the Raiders 26-14. Before we get to game ball, not so game ball, Cravante, what stands out to you from this week or something that stands out to you? A lot of every team played, so no buys.
Huh. Wow. Didn't even think about that. Stand out, Will Levis. DeAndre Hopkins looked like he pulled back the hands of time with I believe he had 3 touchdowns in the game. And I don't know what took the Titans so long to to put one of those guys in there. And what had to be Will Levis. And please give Ryan Tannehill his clipboard, his headset, and his wheelchair. Like, go sit down somewhere, because
Uh-oh. Look like the Wi-Fi is setting him down right now.
Wait,
Hey,
what happened?
you froze.
He was saying the Wi-Fi was sitting you down.
Sit them damn Falcons. But and Desmond Ritter in that same game, Desmond Ritter got benched for my guy Taylor Heineke. So that was one thing. So then, of course, you know, the Chiefs losing, but I'm here. But I think Patrick Mahomes had like flu-like symptoms, and he still went. He tried to have, I guess that would have been his Jordan moment, but not quite.
Hanging with Taylor Swift, getting sick. Raj, how you feel about this weekend? If you want to go into your game ball, not so game ball afterwards, feel free, my brother.
Yeah, man. I didn't know every team played this week. I didn't know there was no
It's
buys.
weird. They did like a pause on buys, but the buys return, I believe, next week.
Oh, so the buys do return next week.
And then the Ravens still got to have their buy in a couple weeks, so it's still some buys coming up.
Yeah, we definitely got to have our buy at some point because we've been all over the place. But yeah, man, this week was interesting, man. Like I said before, I was in a whole nother state, so watching games around 10 o'clock, it was the different feeling altogether. But yeah, what really stood out, I guess, was probably the Giants and Jets. How awful that game was. Yeah, that was a very disgusting and ugly game, and I seen bits and pieces of it when I was there, and I don't know how the hell the Giants lost. I just don't get it. But they have the Giants for a reason. This is what they do. And the Jets, well, for once, the Jets actually took advantage. So a shout out to them. But yeah, I also gotta agree with Cravante, man. Will Levis, I think, stole this whole weekend, honestly. I did not expect him to play like that, for his first overall start, but he looks like he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Maybe they made the right choice, especially if you got D Hop looking like that again. D Hop, I haven't seen D Hop look like that in a long time. But yeah, I guess my game ball will have to go to Will Levis, because it was very unexpected, and going forward, I think they found their quarterback. I think he is the guy. I think they waited for the right time for him to start, and he could be. I mean, the Titans might possibly, if they continue, if he plays like this, going forward, they might could be a playoff team. But yeah, my game ball will go to Will Levis. He was great. Um, and I guess my not so game ball will go to the Giants and Jets for putting on a stinker of a game. I'm not sure if they're NFL teams or not, or they're college teams, but yeah,
Can't
they,
tell.
they were awful. So yeah, they both get my not so game ball just for stinking up the field. But yeah, that was my game ball and not so game ball.
Start low and high. Cravante, baby.
Um. Well, if we know we're gonna start low. We're gonna start low. It's unfortunate, and I did not see this coming. But the 49ers just got their third loss. Um, they're gonna get my not so game ball. Brock Purdy looks like he's coming crashing back down to earth. And it was all good about 3 weeks ago from 5-0. Now they're 5-3. Now they're looking real pedestrian right now. Now, granted, dealing with some injury concerns, but 3 losses in a row is never good, no matter when it comes. So yeah, I'm gonna say the Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. If you're gonna give it to Will Levis, I'm gonna give it to DeAndre Hopkins. My God, who was that brother out there? Who was that guy? I kept getting a lot of dings, dings, dings from that game, and I kept saying DeAndre Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins. I say, who? And I was like, wait, who's throwing him the ball? And I was like, Tannehill is out. I say Will Levis is starting. So I was like, Will Levis must be slanging that thing. And sure enough, most of it was to DeAndre Hopkins. So it looks like DeAndre Hopkins might have seen something, or seen something in Will Levis, and him being the elder statesman on the team, I'm sure Will Levis is going to lean on him now and in the near future.
Yeah, he was one of those interesting picks in the draft. He was a guy who had boom or bust potential, but a lot of Josh Allen in his game with the
Yeah.
arm strength, and played really good the year before, but last year kind of had a down year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with him moving forward. And Magic Johnson, by the way, becomes the fourth athlete to become a billionaire, joining Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and who was the other one?
Shaq.
Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was the other one. Tiger Woods.
Don't worry, Shaq will be there in a
I
minute.
say Shaq has got to be close.
Yeah, Johnson's
But,
net worth
Tiger
is
Woods,
now
okay. Because you know what?
1.2
I thought
billion.
she was just doing basketball players, but
Yeah,
Tiger Woods, okay.
1.2 billion net worth for Magic Johnson.
Is Tiger still a billionaire?
I guess so. Let me look that up. I'm sure he probably is.
I know his wife took half of that money.
That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't think he still was. I mean, he still got pools and pools of money, but I understand that billion is
According
that.
to Google, 1.1.
Okay.
Hey, you could have been more if he. Never mind. Oh yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
No, we're not.
Well, let's get to these Week 9 picks while we wait for Dre. Thursday, Titans and Steelers on Prime Video.
Titans and Steelers. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Tighten up. I'm gonna tighten up with it. Is Minka Fitzpatrick injury?
I think he hurt his hamstring. He might not play this week. Look painful.
And and Kenny Pickett got hurt too.
He did.
Tighten up. Tighten up.
I'm going with the Titans as well. I think the Titans tighten up, basically.
Yeah, you can give me the Titans as well. I think that's going to be a pretty simple one. We got the Dolphins and Chiefs from 9:30 in Germany. Guys, the international games are back.
All right. Oh, so we get to wake up early and I'll be back in Arizona again, basically. Well, I'm sorry, they'll be watching it at 6:30. So
that's crazy.
That is insane. But I think the Chiefs bounce back. I don't think they lose 2 straight. I don't see that happening.
Man, Jalen Ramsey's back, man.
And he had a pick. Cavante.
That's a nice boost to that defense, man. And I don't want to make a case for the Dolphins because I don't feel like I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. But I'm just gonna say, great quarterback. He's gonna find a way to bounce back. But the Dolphins are not going to make it easy.
I want to pick the Dolphins too, but no, man. This could be first team to 35. I don't know. But the Chiefs defense is playing well as the Dolphins defense, so it might be an under type game. Could be a first team to 24. I'm gonna say Dolphins right now, just to be different, but we'll see. I might change that. Cardinals Browns. That's an easy one.
Yuck.
Yeah, I got the Browns.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Buccaneers Texans.
I'm rolling with the Texans. I think the Texans win.
God, man.
This is a coin flip. I'm gonna go Buccaneers.
No, it would be a coin flip. CJ Stroud did not have a good game against, and he was supposed to win. The 2 was supposed to beat the 1 last week, and the 1 somehow found a way to prevail. But I think CJ Stroud and Texans bounce back, so I'm gonna go with Houston.
Bears and the Saints. Yeah, that's pretty.
Come on,
Saints.
Vikings Falcons. Yeah, Falcons. Even though
Falcons, man.
Yeah, I think the Falcons win.
Ugh, Rams Packers. Ugh.
Rams Packers.
I'm going with the Rams. They can't get destroyed again, but the Packers don't look good either.
No. I'm gonna go with the Rams as well.
I have no idea. That is
I don't know. I don't really know either. I'm going with the Rams.
Colts Panthers. Ugh, another one.
Ah, damn it.
I'm going with the Colts.
I'll go with the Colts as well.
We got Giants Raiders. Oh my gosh, really?
These are some ugly games this week. Giants Raiders.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm gonna have to probably save some of these picks for later in the week because I don't know either.
I probably pick Raiders. Then we're going to give it to Dre anyway. You know how he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just kicks and giggles.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. Right. Oh gosh, man, that's tough.
Right now, I'm saying
Cowboys Eagles is a prime time. Cowboys Eagles in prime time. That should be good.
Okay, that's
4:25.
I'll take the Eagles.
I'll take
Bills Bengals Sunday night. We got a good prime time slate. Cowboys Eagles 4:25. Bills Bengals Sunday night. That'll be good.
Bills
the Bengals are getting hot.
I'll roll with the Bengals again.
I'm gonna roll with the Bills.
Monday night we got Chargers Jets. Oh gosh, that could go either.
Chargers Jets.
The Chargers.
Come on, Chargers. Come on.
I'm going with the Jets. I think the Jets will beat them.
I hope they do. Get Brandon Staley you know what about it?
Commanders Patriots Cavante. 1:00 from Foxborough.
I don't know. I don't. I want to pick the
Patriots are 3-point favorites, by the way.
I'm picking Commanders. I think they win.
I'll definitely take the Commanders to cover. If I get to 3.5, I think I'll definitely I'll take the plus 3.5. But I'll take the Commanders.
We got Ravens, Seahawks as well. Got the A team,
Ooh,
Tony
Ravens.
Romo and Jim Nantz.
Oh man, this is a tough game.
Is it Seattle or is it?
Yeah, yeah, it's here. It's here in
It,
Baltimore.
it's in Baltimore. They got the next 3 games are at home.
I'm gonna
Nice.
say Ravens because they'll be at home. If they was in Seattle, I might have said Seattle, but that we got our own 12th man here.
Yeah, with the Ravens.
I'm gonna roll with the Ravens. I'm gonna roll with the Ravens.
Dre, we'll
Oh,
probably just have to text our picks in the chat to you. Now, I
All
know you're
right.
working on some things as well. But I want to get your thoughts, Dre, on your game ball, not so game ball. And of course, I don't know if you know, Magic Johnson is officially a billionaire, the 4th athlete joining Tiger Woods, your boy LeBron James, and Michael Jordan. Well, 3 of
Man,
your boys. Three of your other boys.
man, I'm happy, man. Is like you guys said, I mean, those are some names to be a part of. I mean, Jordan, of course, what he's done with his brand, Tiger, old Go James. So yeah, and Magic to be a part of that list, man. That's some great company to be a part of, man. So, happy, hats off to the brother, man, for real, for doing that. Another black man out here being successful doing his thing. Um, as far as my not so game ball, uh, somebody already gave it to the 49ers. Uh, I'm I'm gonna say the Kansas City Chiefs for losing to the Denver Broncos. This Denver Broncos team, I mean, I know Patrick Mahomes had the flu, but damn, like, you clearly weren't Jordan with the flu game because you should have been able to beat this team. Denver's been sorry all year, and they're going to continue to be sorry. They're going to be up there as a top pick, and I mean, I'm saying like they the top 3 at max. So I know Patrick Mahomes wasn't feeling that good, but damn, y'all should have still been able to win that game. Uh, as far as my game ball, uh, you know what? I think I'm gonna give it to the Denver Broncos for actually winning the damn game, because I didn't think that there was no way in hell that they would win this game against the Chiefs. I really think that the scores flipped, because I thought that Denver would have been losing this game by a lot, and they actually won. What was it, 24-29? I'm 24-9. I'm just kind of shocked that they had the Russell reverted back to the old Russell Wilson, and Sean Payton looked like he was coaching for the New Orleans Saints again. So I'll do those. Denver and Kansas City. It's an easy one.
Well, Dre, while I got you on the screen, let's real quickly go to WWE Crown Jewel this afternoon. Excuse me, Saturday afternoon. Real quick, real quick, the card we got Roman Reigns taking on LA Knight Universal Championship match. Seth Rollins taking on Drew McIntyre World Heavyweight Championship match. Women's 5-way match: Rhea Ripley, your girl Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, Zoe Stark. John Cena taking on Solo Sikoa. Io Sky taking on Bianca for the Women's Championship. Logan Paul taking on Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough on the kickoff show. I mean, doesn't really knock my socks off, but I know you love to see the Tribal Chief.
He's going to be LA Knight. I'm not happy that LA Knight's getting his shot already, but I understand that he's the hot guy right now. And it's hard to kind of keep him out of the title picture at this point in time. I'm hoping that it's not a clean victory. I'm hoping it's like maybe a disqualification, so that way we can go into the Survivor Series. Um, that's my hope about that. Bianca, I'm kind of shocked that she's getting the title run already, but I think that this Io Sky title reign just hasn't really drawn the way that people thought it was going to really draw out. So Bianca will probably win that. Uh, of course, Rhea, she's gonna retain. Rhea, um, right now the division honestly is really ran through. You still have two of the horsewomen, with Charlotte and Becky, but then you got the new up and comers, like Bianca and Rhea, who've been putting their names out there. And then you got, Jade Cardell, she's on her way, entering the East. So, I mean, and then NXT, there's some good women out there that, Becky has shown that, like, the future of the women's division is, really in good hands. But I right now, so it's Rhea's time right now. So give it to Rhea. The tag team, I'm sorry, not the tag team. The John Cena, he's gonna go over on Solo, being that he hasn't won in like 2,000 days. It's
Yeah,
like,
I did. I heard that promo, Dre. I was like, well, he wouldn't say that unless he's going to win.
yeah, I think that's so
And this is
weird,
probably his last match
but
of the year.
but I mean, and it's like, who cares? Like, all right, John, like, like won enough in your life. 16-time world champion. Um, I kind of don't like this whole like him being the GOAT, but it makes sense more and more now that Ric Flair is back in AEW. So now I'm like, okay, no wonder they're starting this whole he's the GOAT thing. But to me, Ric Flair. Is right. Ric Flair is it. I mean, 16-time world champion, and to do it the way that he was doing it back in the day, I mean, that you just can't compete with that. I said, I think Roman retains. Oh, Logan Paul. I think Logan. I think have two. Either we have. I think Logan Paul does beat Rey Mysterio, or I'm thinking Drew may beat Seth. I'm thinking we're having two title changes at Crown Jewel. That we've talked. It's been rumors about Seth's back, and Seth could use the time off and then come back and always beat Drew, similar to like Psycho Sid and Shawn Michaels. But then again, with the Survivor Series coming up, he may beat Drew, and then they may have a rematch and then lose it to Drew then. But we're having at least one title change, possibly two.
Yeah, I think Logan Paul's taking that belt into WrestleMania as U.S. champion, and then you'll get LA Knight and Logan Paul, the viral match that you want, hopefully. Raj, are you excited, brother? Are you gonna? I guess we'll be here live. It's an early start.
That I can tell he's not excited. He went from smiling like Magic Johnson to he looking like Kanye right now.
So, what time is this pay-per-view again?
1 o'clock.
1 p.m. It'd be 10 a.m. if you were in Arizona.
I'm not even gonna
You could think about that.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I forgot all about this pay-per-view, and it's not like haven't been keeping up with WWE. I've been keeping up with them. It's just
It's been mid. You can say it's been mid.
I'm not gonna say I don't care, because the card is okay. The card does sound intriguing. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a good event, and I'm pretty sure our good guys, the Wrestling Realm, is gonna go over it. But their preview show tomorrow. I'm sorry, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I'll probably watch it on Saturday. It's good to see Roman Reigns is back in the ring against LA Knight. And what else is a big? So who's Seth fighting again?
Drew
McIntyre.
I'm pretty sure that'll be a good match as well.
Logan Paul's going for the U.S. title.
Yeah, Logan Paul's fighting Rey Mysterio. I'll be watching. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be pretty good.
Cody's taking on Damian Priest.
Cody's taking on Damian Priest. It's gonna be a good pay-per-view, man. But yeah, mid is not the word.
Look, Survivor Series is the show we gotta watch.
That's the show. Is it? Because I heard Roman Reigns might not be there for that.
Well,
But we shall see.
We might get Orton back.
That's why I'm hearing Orton back. But I mean, that would be shocking if Roman Reigns wasn't at Survivor Series, like, because in his contract they said that he would be at the big 4 pay-per-views.
I'm with you, Dre. I believe it when it officially comes out that he's not on the show. I think he's going to be in the show.
I mean, he should be. He should be. But
and plus Rogers in Chicago is they're trying to promote this 2-night event of SmackDown being there and then the Survivor Series. So I just don't see him not being at Survivor Series.
I appreciate that compliment, Angela. I really do. I appreciate that.
Big shout out to Angela.
Big shout out to you. But yeah, I don't think it's a mid pay-per-view. It's just a pay-per-view that it should be at 1 o'clock. I can't stand the daytime pay-per-views. I can't. But
it's the
like I
time
said,
change, Raj. You know about that.
I know they're in Saudi. I get it. Oh, but you know what what we should also talk about if y'all have not seen it, and if y'all haven't, you need to go back and watch it. The Tyson Fury and Francis and can't even say that dude's last name, and Gogway's match. Oh my goodness! I actually saw that. I watched it on Saturday.
You saw it?
I watched it.
So would you be down to see a part 2?
I would be. I would definitely be down to see a part 2. I think Francis won. To be honest with you, I thought he was. I had never seen Tyson Fury look so out of breath and
The
just
knockdown.
not. Well, I seen him knocked down, of course, because
but not like that. I mean, because we what were we together when that first fight happened, or we were just talking?
We was together with the first fight against him.
Because I felt like my man got robbed the first fight, and then after that, his career just took a nosedive.
Oh, well, after that, Tyson Fury just put more weight on, and he just leaned on him. And
Fury said he didn't work out.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for the correction.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you as always.
McDonald's or something. He didn't even work out. He was eating like McDonald's as part of his diet.
It didn't matter, man. Francis looked like a complete machine out there, and coming from MMA just to the boxing ring, just to do what he did against Fury was amazing in itself.
Iron Mike, baby. Iron Mike.
Iron Mike was there. Eminem was there. Who else was there? Another big name celebrity. Kanye West was there. Kanye West was building.
Well, Mike was training him, so that helps.
Yeah, he was training him. They said the field was like a WrestleMania / Super Bowl event. So I can imagine what they, what it was like in Saudi Arabia for that. But I definitely would like to see a part 2. Fury did win by 1 point, but it was all in all, it was a good boxing match. And I'm also hearing that Francis ain't gonna be done yet in the boxing ring. Either he's in talks to fight Deontay Wilder. So yeah.
Yikes.
You will see him in a boxing ring pretty soon, sooner rather than later. Anyway,
Cavante, any thoughts on that fight, or you want to get the goofies?
I was not able to catch the fight, but apparently, if Raj said it's good, I got to go back.
Yeah,
but indeed, for him to go from his round to this round and perform the way Raj said he did, that's commendable. That is commendable. But we've been trying to do this crossover from MMA to boxing. We've been trying to make it seamless, and I don't know. They don't keep trying stuff. Now, one thing I don't want to see boxers go into the octagon. That's what I don't want to see. I am cool on that.
Hey,
yeah,
look, you saw Floyd said I ain't going over there, but you can come over here.
Every time. Brother, listen, he's still pretty boy Floyd deep down. Okay.
Hey, Raj, what do you got that beautiful hairline, man?
No, man, his hairline looks amazing, bro.
Oh, man.
I don't know what he uses, but whatever him and Dion use, man. Oh my God, I might have to use it when I get older.
Let's get goofy, Cavante, and get out of here.
Okay,
let's bring him in.
Let's
go
do
to
it.
The bullpen. This baseball still holding on. We're in the World Series, and Goofy is always here.
Of course, something wrong here.
Well, now that's goofy. It's usually a thing or two I like to go over during this segment, Goofies of the Week. But welcome, my good people. I don't think any major. Oh well, Leonard Williams. I think that would classify as major, right?
Yes.
I would say so.
So yeah, I think that was the only one. But we haven't everything else. A bunch of rumors, a bunch of talks.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
For sure. Welcome, good people, to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. I appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this week. So I have two levels of goofiness. I have low level goofiness, which is Packer green. The Jets won this week, so I'll leave them alone. But it is Packer green, and I have high level goofy, which is Cardinals in red. Now, for the sake of time and my Wi-Fi acting funny tonight, I'm gonna keep it down to one goofy, and that is my high level goofy is a goofy that's been, as I said earlier, I am God dang it, just that fast I forgot what I said earlier. But the Commanders should have done. I just got confirmation. That's what I was thinking. I just got confirmation from what I thought since the beginning of the year. Remember, Byron, I was saying that I wanted Caleb Williams and we should do whatever we have to do to get Caleb Williams. I did not think I thought we had good spots in the roster, but I know ultimately our offensive line was not good. And confirmation this week is that our front office and our defensive minded head coach is just as goofy as I thought they were. And it's very, very unfortunate. From Mr. Folded Hands himself and Mr. Um, gives up 28. I think that's a generous number, Byron, to be honest with you. But a generous number of 28. And I think that's only 28 because the Giants only scored 14 last week. But Mr. giving up 28 points as a defensive coordinator and Mr. folded arms. And Martin Mayhew probably can go to as general manager. I don't know who the real general manager is. I don't know if it's Ron Rivera or Martin Mayhew, but they all need to go collectively. There's a new regime and changes need to happen. We need to go into the future positively and get as much of the old regime much of the old regime that isn't working out of here. And I said this before, Ron Rivera's voice is stale. He looks stale when he's standing like a statue. And his good buddy, Jack Del Rio, needs to get up out of here. And unfortunately, GM Martin Mayhew probably needs to go too. And it's unfortunate because I've been saying this all year, and they're probably not catching on to about week 8. Now, I understand trying to salvage the season, but I think the writing was on the wall that Ron Rivera was not going to make it past this season. He has a losing record. He has a even or losing record pretty much all of his years, and as the Commanders or football team or Redskins head coach. And I'm tired of it. I think we need to hit this reset button and do a legit rebuild, and go ahead and let Eric Bieniemy lead the charge for the rest of the year. Because again, tired of Ron Rivera. Go ahead and let EB run the show for the last 9 weeks or so, and see what he can do as in the interim position, because Ron Rivera is not it. And I've been saying this for the past 8 weeks, even when we were winning. There's a lot of things. There's some things I don't like, and it seems like finally the offensive line looks like they have some competency. Your offensive line is not good. 9 times out of 10, your team is not going to be good. So it looks like we're moving in a positive direction offensively, but defensively, the Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio should be ashamed of themselves. Absolutely ashamed of themselves. Everybody, it's Halloween's coming up. They all should wear clown masks and clown uniforms, because that's all they've been doing. It's been a clown show. It's been a circus act at FedEx Field, and
Oh dang, man.
defensively.
Oh, there you
And
go.
I'm over it, Byron, Roger, Dre. I'm over it. And the new regime should legit start now. So yeah, all those goofies, Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, Martin Mayhew, GM, head coach, defensive coordinator, all need to go so we can go into the next chapter with and wipe our feet and wash our hands clean of what was in the past. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and them brothers who should be in clown masks tomorrow are on the wrong end of it. Got to do better.
Of course. Something wrong here.
Well, now that's goofy.
Thank you, Cravante, for those goofy or that lone goofy of the week. Drizzy Dre, episode 415 next week. What can the people expect, my guy?
Hey, by that time we should have a new World Series champion. Recap of Crown Jewel. NBA season has started, and already is looking like some unsurety, about who's who in the NBA. And of course, NFL, college football, and basketball should be starting up soon as well. So it's a lot. It's the best time in sports right now.
Oh, real quick, Dre, I don't know if you noticed, Duke has the #1 college basketball recruit in 2024. Cooper Flag, I believe. Duke, baby. You're on your way back. As college basketball starts, I think November 7th around that time. So it's been about a week.
The ranking is great, but we need championships. I'm still devastated we didn't get that final one for Coach K. So while it's great to have the ranking, I need us to actually get it done now.
Executive producer, co-founder Andre Melton, senior producer, captain of the Goofy Ship, Cravante, baby, the Mandalorian. He'll be watching those phones for the trade.
I can't with this guy.
As he's got fireworks going off. Social media producer, Big Raj, the meat man, Mr. Arizona. No bread, no water, just meat. Raj, what do we have on the channel coming up? I think I'll do some previews for these Crown Jewel matches. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's almost that time. But if you know what I mean, it's almost that time. It's midway November, we should be back on track. But we got AEW Dynamite coming up. We have reviews of the Ravens and Seahawks game, 12 Crown Jewel live stream, Crown Jewel preview videos, and that's pretty much it, man. Plus, I guess whatever trade news comes out. So just stay tuned, man. Somebody's getting traded before 4 o'clock tomorrow. So whoever it is, just stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
What's going on, Marcus?
What's up, Marcus?
Hey.
Appreciate you.
Hey, yo, Marcus, real quick, if you're still here, your thoughts on the previous match with Fury and how do you pronounce his name?
Ngannou.
And
Here you go, Cravante. Phonetics spell.
Ngannou. There you go.
Twitter, Instagram, the Flex Zone 1,
Appreciate it, Mark.
FlexZone1@gmail.com. Only place fellas give you sports how you want it.
when you need it.
Make sure you throw your ones up. Acknowledge the head of sports podcast table. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Angela. Shout out to Recognize. Shout out to Marcus. Francis Ngannou. Yes, sir. Shout out to Asmodeus. Shout out to Carolyn. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You, and you. We'll be back next week, Monday, for episode 415. This week we got AEW Dynamite, Crown Jewel previews, and Crown Jewel live stream on Saturday and Sunday. Before then, we'll have the Ravens preview against Seahawks at some point, and we'll have the post-game show. Rogers back home, myself, and whoever else joins us, we'll see as well. For Dre, for Raj, for Cravante, and everybody in the chat, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Hit the like button, vote on the poll, and always donate to that Cash App. It's time to go to bed. Put the kids to bed after a great sports week and another week ahead. As mentioned, stay tuned to the channel. We'll have shorts and breaking news for any trades that happen as well. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Episode 414 in the books. We gone, y'all. Peace.
And Mark, and yo, that's how you get a part 2. You win by not losing.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And that like button.
Appreciate you, Marcus. Have a good night, everybody.